and we can move then quickly to the definition of explainability. And the definition, as we've implied, of explainability in AI tools is quite straightforward. It is the ability to describe why and how an output was produced in the language of the various stakeholders. And the image here is sort of the classic example, which is put forward when people talk about explainability in AI. This is a loan application, perhaps a mortgage application to purchase a home or a condominium. And people turn in their data, their bank balance and their income and their savings and so on, and they get a result, which is in essence is yes or no. Do they get the loan? Explainability, the definition of explainability is the ability to explain how that decision was made in a way that makes sense for all those who are involved in the decision. There are all those who make the machines who made the decision, the clients who are affected by the decision, the bank that owns the machine that makes the decision, and so on. So, what does this mean practically? If theoretically explainability is the ability to describe how a decision was made, then practically, in this case, explainability could be broken down into three sort of components. One is an idea that is frequently referred to as interpretability. Interpretability is the kind of explainability which concentrates on the what, not the how, in a certain sense. So this would be for the user, that is the person who is turning in his or her information to the machine and getting a result. If they get a negative result, let's say they are denied the application, what they would like to know is what was wrong with their application. Was it that their bank balance was too low? Was it that their income was too low? Was it that they did not have enough savings? They want to know what they need to change in order to get a positive result. But most consumers don't really care how the machine came up with this result. They only care again about what they need to change at the start to get a better output or end. So that kind of explainability, which is interested only in what you need to change at the input to get a different output, is called interpretability. Then there is transparency. Transparency is what most people think of when they think of explainability. This is how the machine itself actually works. And this would be of interest to the developer, right? So if the machine is consistently approving loans for people who default and denying loans for people who it appears would pay, then what's wrong is how the machine is making the decision. Exactly sort of the inner workings of the tool. How does it process the information? This is transparency, and this is what a developer might be interested in. Finally, there's the question of accountability. And as someone like a lawyer or the bank might be interested in this. When or if the machine makes a wrong decision, whose fault is that? Is it the fault of the AI designer, the person who wrote the algorithms? Is it the fault of the training data that was used for the machine? Is it the person who produced or sold that data? Where concretely did the error come from in the entire pipeline, from the production of the training data to the production of the algorithm and so on? So those are three different ways of thinking about what explainability means for different stakeholders. And again, the larger idea, the definition of explainability is how the machine works for those stakeholders. I think the main way that people talk about explainability in normal AI ethics discussions is in terms of transparency. It's in terms of how the machine actually weighs data and comes up with its output. But there's also this element of interpretability and accountability. That is, what do we need to change to the start to get a different end? And where in the whole process did things go wrong if they went wrong?